You are not lost. You've been hidden, and you have the power to go beyond the veil. Hey Celestials, welcome back to Beyond the Veil. Last episode we talked about warfare, the kind that doesn't always look dramatic, but you can feel it. It shows up when your attention gets pulled in 10 different directions, when your body can't fully relax, and when you start to feel like you're trying to catch up to your own life. So today I want to anchor that truth with what ends that war. You're not a tiny thing trying to survive a giant universe. You are the universe having a human experience. Episode 8 is called You Are the Cosmos in a Body. And let's remember what you actually are. You can't fall out of the universe. I want you to step back for a second and look at yourself differently. Like, just for a moment, stop measuring your life by whatever's loudest in your head. And today, let yourself see the bigger picture. I mean, think about what you're made of. The iron moving through your blood, the calcium holding your bones together, the carbon that makes up so much of who you are. That didn't originate in your house or your hometown or even on your timeline. It came out of the universe that's been building and breaking and rebuilding itself for an amount of time that your nervous system can't even really comprehend. You're not random. Honestly, made of the stars can sound like a pretty quote until you realize its literal origin story. Stars live. They collapse. They scatter what they've created. And eventually those materials become bodies. Bodies that can feel and choose and remember. So here's the line I want you to take into your week. You cannot fall out of the universe. You're not trying to earn belonging in something you're already inside of. You're held here. Let that land, then move from there. Your origins don't stop at your family. Most people can tell you their family line, or at least the versions that they were given. Names, places, maybe a story or two. But your origins don't stop at your family. That's just the closest layer. If you're tracing the thread back, you move through ancestors you'll never meet, through humanity as a whole, and then beyond that into life itself, back to the first organisms learning how to survive on a young earth, back to the moment life figured out how to keep going. And if you keep going even further, you end up at the same place every time, the beginning of the universe and the forces that shaped it. So when you ask, who am I? You're not asking a small question. You're asking the oldest question that there is. And the answer isn't far away. The answer is living in your body right now. The answer is you. Planets aren't just out there. Now, let's bring this down to Earth, literally. Whenever I say cosmos, most people picture space like it's a background image, something far away that has nothing to do with your real life. You know, planets become objects, stars become lights, the whole thing turns into this distant ceiling we occasionally look up at. But older spiritual traditions didn't relate to planets like that. They treated them like living cycles, more like classrooms of consciousness, because they assumed reality had layers. And the physical world was just one layer. And honestly, this is the part that changes how you can live. You're not visiting Earth. You're happening inside of it. Your body is made out of its minerals. Your breath is a part of its atmosphere. Even your nervous system is constantly responding to the world around you. Light, weather, seasons, pressure, whether you're tracking it consciously or not, it's happening to you. So when you feel off, don't automatically turn it into a character flaw. Sometimes you're not broken, you're in a cycle. Maybe you're in a low light season. Maybe you're in a shedding phase. Maybe your system is asking for a different rhythm than the one that you've been forcing. That's where astrology can be sacred. It's a way back into the rhythm, back into relationship. So you stop treating your life like a problem you have to solve. Astrology isn't a sentence. It's an energy map. Let me put it in a way that you can actually use. Astrology isn't here to shrink you. It's here to help you track the energy weather. I mean, it's a pattern language. It gives you a sense of timing so that you can tell the difference between a season where you're meant to push and build and a season where your system is asking for rest, repair, and recalibration. And your chart isn't a sentence hanging over your head. It's a map that you can work with. A map doesn't take away your free will. It gives you context so your choices can get smarter and kinder at the same time. Because the second that you decide the cosmos controls you, you hand your power away. But when you remember that you're connected to it and you start reading the patterns like weather instead of a verdict, something relaxes. You stop fighting yourself for having moods, needs, and cycles. And you start cooperating with your own design and the design of the world that you live in. Matter is not the enemy. A lot of us treat being human like it's a detour. Like spirituality is what happens when you're calm and centered, and then real life shows up and ruins it all. But the physical world is where you get your feedback. It's where you find out what you actually know. And look, when life is quiet, it's easier to feel regulated. That's normal. That's your system responding to low pressure. It's like breathing deep when nobody's pulling on you, or feeling connected when you've slept and you've had space. But the real question is, what happens when the pressure comes back? Because that's the moment most people misread. You get tired, your nervous system gets loud, you're overstimulated, and your brain goes, well, I guess I'm back at square one. And I want you to reframe that, to know that pressure is the classroom where your tools become real. So try this. Instead of fighting what your body is doing, just notice it. Like if you feel your jaw tightening up, or that weird buzzing pressure in your chest, or even that sudden desperate urge to just pick up your phone and scroll for an hour. Don't immediately judge yourself for it. And don't go down that spiral either. Just stop for a second and wonder, okay, what is this feeling actually about? Where is it moving in my body? What's going on with it? Am I hungry? Do I need water? Do I need to step outside for a few minutes? Do I need to stop explaining myself to someone who isn't even listening? Do I need to say no and let it be awkward? That's what it looks like to practice spirituality in physical matter. You just listen to what it's telling you, and then you actually do something about it. Nothing huge, just one small, honest change to your day, right then and there. Practice cosmos in the body. Let's take a second and reset together, like a real reset, the kind that brings you back into your body and back into the room you're actually in. So go ahead and take a slow breath in. Hold it for a beat, and then let it out. Now, just notice where you are. Feel your feet on the floor. Let your hands get heavy for a second. And as you breathe in and out, pay attention to your ribs moving, because that's your body doing what it's built to do. Take a look around the room that you're in and pick out 3 things that you can see. Nothing deep, just 3 real objects. Good. Now I want you to say something to yourself slowly, like you're reminding your system of the truth. Say, I am the cosmos in a body, and let it land. And then say this too, I belong here. And one more, because your nervous system needs to hear it. I am connected, and I am safe. Now, take one more breath in and let it out slowly. Stay here for a second longer than you normally would, and then move on with your day. Celestial, you are not small. You are made of the ancient stars, earth materials, and time itself learning how to become aware. And whenever you remember that, you stop trying to be normal, because normal is usually just a program anyway. If you want to go deeper, visit www.celestialgrove.academy. And in the next episode, we're going to talk about the thing that you've been trying to hide. Your weirdness, your intensity, your sensitivity, your strange little obsessions. Because your weirdness is not a flaw. It's a divine signal. Subscribe if this resonates and stay with the process. And remember to keep walking through the veil with love.